Hello there to all you bucketheads and you shinies.
Woo!
Welcome back to Under the Helmet Podcast.
This is a very
Woohoo!
important episode.
Helmet hair. Welcome back to the most disorganized podcast on the internet, Under the Helmet. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to us here on YouTube so you don't miss our live shows. And if you're watching us after the fact, hello there.
We are happy to have you.
Welcome. Happy to have you. So, I gotta consult the note card because I lost it. This is why we're the most disorganized podcast. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram because we will alert you when our live show is. All of the links are in our description in the link tree below. How you doing today, Eli?
I'm doing just fine as hell. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Today's a good day.
Today's a very important day.
Very special day.
Today's the day I prove your ass wrong.
So, here's the deal. We came up with this topic a while back. And Monday is the in-universe birthday for Dick Grayson.
Dick Day. Dick Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jedi and Sith, Batman and Batwoman, everyone in between, it's time for Under the Helmet. I like that. Gotta say that with some showmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jedi and Sith, Batman and Batwomen, and everyone in between, welcome. It is time for Under the Helmet Podcast. Woo!
Dick's out for Grayson.
Dick's out for Grayson.
Dick's out for Grayson.
Beef buzz. It's a thick. All right, so before we get started with the commencement of the debate, I wanted to give a history. So we are going to be talking about today, in our contention for the best Robin, we will be talking about the 5 canonical Robins and 1 non-canonical Robin. I'm going to go into each of them, give a little bit of backstory. So would you like to start? I know you're a little bit more of and mind you, all of these characters that hold the mantle of Robin are great characters.
Yes.
They're all very good. They're all very diverse in their own way. This is just our personal preference for who our favorite is. And here's the thing. If you have a different favorite, that's totally cool. Comment down below who your favorite Robin is and why. So, starting, our first Robin was introduced in the year 1940. And this is Richard, a.k.a. Dick Grayson. Take it away. Go ahead and give me a little bit of backstory on Dick Grayson.
Yeah, give me just a second. Yeah, here. Where is it? Here we go.
For anyone who's listening purely to the audio,
I prepared a PowerPoint.
He has changed his banner from his typical Mandalorian helmet to the Nightwing emblem.
Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we're starting off with a bang. I did not come prepared with the PowerPoint.
You didn't, and that's because your Robin is inferior. Anyway.
I didn't do that for one reason and one reason only. I'm going to simply destroy you with facts and logic.
All right, I'll destroy your facts and logic. And my PowerPoint. Part 1. Why Dick Grayson is the best.
Before we get into Dick Grayson, I will say this. I only have one of the Robins in Lego form. And it is Dick Grayson.
I have the 4 most well-known. I actually have Jace. I actually have the Red Hood minifigure. It only came in 1 set, and I have it.
I know. It's like $50 for a minifigure.
I want it. That's cheap.
I mean, we're not talking Grand Inquisitor here.
Oh, good Lord. He only jumped up recently. He was not this bad.
Yes, for those of you that don't know and have lives and don't follow the price of Lego minifigures, the Grand Inquisitor came out in 1 set. After the Kenobi trailer, his price shot from probably mid-40s to $60 to $100. But we can get into Lego minifigures later because we're gonna have a couple new segments in this show.
We will.
One of our new segments, we're going to be talking some news and rumors about just any fandom incoming. And also, we're going to add a new segment, one I like to call Fig of the Day, or weekly pickup, where we can talk about a personal Lego minifigure that we like, or something that we picked up this week that we want to share.
I like this.
So,
all right.
Anyways, damn, minifigure scalpers. Listen, the Grand Inquisitor set. So the Grand Inquisitor came out in a discontinued set. So there is a reason why it's so valuable. But still, my brother in Christ, it's a Lego minifigure. Also, the Jason Todd one's like 50. I was looking the other day because I wanted to buy one for this show, and I said, I ain't got the capital for that, so I'm just not going to do it.
I'm going to lay this out there, all right?
All right.
I need you to listen well.
I'm listening.
Don't buy a Jason Todd minifigure and don't ask any more questions about why I say that, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Anyway, moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, we are moving on to arguably what will be known as one of the best segments of today's show. Why Dick Grayson is the best Robin. He's the oldest. He's had the most experience. He's had the chance to mentor every single other Robin. And my boy can absolutely rock the short shorts. He was the beginning. Truly the first Robin where everything started. Without him, there would be no other Robins. Because you see, our boy, he set the ground that everyone else walked on. Without him, there would be no roads to walk because he truly paved the way for everybody else. That, and honestly, if you can pull off short shorts and that costume, which is one of his weaker ones, then there was that thing in the 80s with the mullet.
So I want to ask you this about Dick Grayson. So can you go a little bit into his backstory?
As far as backstory, so Dick Grayson, I made a PowerPoint, babe. I made a PowerPoint because I love Dick Grayson. As far as his backstory goes, Dick Grayson started out with the Flying Graysons, which was an acrobatics act for a circus that came to Gotham. Long story short, I'm pretty sure, depending on like which continuity, it was either the circus or his parents got involved with the mob. They end up having Grayson's parents killed. Bruce Wayne swoops in and is like, give me the orphan. And takes him to Wayne Manor to live with him, which he would then go on to do a lot. Like just pretty much anytime the man finds an orphan, he just swoops him up. Is it abduction and adoption sound very similar? I'm just going to put that out there. Bruce Wayne, you have some questions I would like answered. Anyway,
Bruce. So do you know the reason why Robin was established originally in comics?
Bruce was getting too dark, and they needed something to brighten things up.
Part of that, but also they found it hard for kids to relate to a adult billionaire with limitless FU money. So what they did is they created a young teenager who was right about the age of the target demographic to put him into the comics. And that's the origin of Robin, that's the origin of Bucky Barnes, and it's the origin of many other heroes. Part of the reason we don't see so many sidekicks like this, also Kid Flash, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, all these characters.
Pretty much any sidekick.
Exactly, pretty much any sidekick. But then this started to go away with the introduction of Spider-Man. So, because Spider-Man is a teenager, target demographic, but he's also the hero, and he's not Spider-Boy.
He doesn't need a sidekick. All right. Moving on to my next slide.
Moving on.
He was fucking Batman. All right. So if y'all have not read Battle for the Cowl, it's a delightful edition. My friend Emma got it for me. Long story short, Bruce Wayne dies. I forget how he dies. I was not gifted the editions leading up to Battle for the Cowl, but
So, do you want to know how he dies? Because I actually do know.
Yes, please.
So first off, he doesn't actually die because it's comics.
Oh, right, of course.
But the thing that happens is the Justice League was fighting Darkseid, and Darkseid blasts Batman with his Omega beams. But instead of killing him, he sends him back through time, and he becomes like a temporally displaced being. So he's constantly floating in and out through time. But to the regular world, Batman is dead. So what that means is that there were currently, I believe, 3 Robins at the time in the Bat family. Because there was there was Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and I believe Tim Drake was also there, and then Damian Wayne shows up. Oh,
Damian,
so there's 4.
yeah, 4.
This is a more recent story. So
Yeah, the OG 4.
Yeah.
From what I know.
So in points to Nightwing's defense, he's been a character since 1940, so he's undergone a lot.
Yeah.
As a character.
Yeah.
He is the original Robin, and when most people think Robin, they think Dick Grayson. So
he's got the reputation. He's but within Battle for the Cowl, everything goes to shit pretty much. Like every crime family that was active at the time starts taking pieces of Gotham. We're talking Two-Face, we're talking Penguin. I don't know that Falcone and Maroni were kicking at this point in time. I feel like they have a tendency to die early on in like any Gotham storyline. I mean, by the end of Gotham season 1, spoiler warning for Gotham, great show, but geez, I haven't watched it in ages. I mean, Falcone and Maroni are out by then. I mean, in The Batman, Falcone's dead by the end of the movie. Maroni is talked about a lot, but
I think he's in jail.
In jail? Okay, so he's not dead. I thought he was dead. All right.
It's ambiguous, but I think he was just sent to jail, and while he was in jail, Maroni took over his syndicate.
Okay, gotcha. Well, in Battle for the Cowl, there's another Batman. I say that with air quotes. Because this Batman who's running around is killing people and using guns. And, that's not okay. That's not what Batman does. And so there's a long and lengthy investigation into who this Batman could be. Damian ends up driving the Batmobile in this. The Batmobile then ends up getting flipped by Killer Croc, and, Nightwing has to go and save him because he's Nightwing, and he's a good big brother. Despite what people think. People think that Dick did not like Jason when he was first taking up the mantle of Robin. Dick gave Jason his old costume. Like, he was nothing but a good big brother to him when he was first starting out. Anyway.
Okay, can we pause and back up just for 1 second? So
pause and back up.
So I want to come back to all of the Robins that we're going to be talking about this episode. So We're talking about Dick Grayson, the first Robin. I wasn't expecting the PowerPoint this early, so that's all right. Change it up. So the first Robin was Dick Grayson, and he became Robin in 1940.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few years later to 1983, we have Jason Todd. He is the second Robin.
That's quite a few years later.
Yeah. So Dick Grayson was the first Robin, and after his tenure as Robin, he becomes the hero on Nightwing. Jason Todd becomes Robin, dies, is resurrected in the early 2000s, and becomes the anti-hero of the Red Hood. The third Robin is Tim Drake. He becomes Robin in 1989 after the death of Jason Todd. And then in 2004, we actually have our second Lady Robin, who is Stephanie Brown. She was Robin for just a little bit. She typically keeps the mantle of a spoiler.
Yeah.
And also Tim Drake is also known as either Red Robin or the Drake. Wonder who that could be. And now we come to our current Robin, who is Damian Wayne. He became Robin in 2006.
Son of Batman.
Yes, the son of Batman and Talia al Ghul. But before Stephanie Brown, the reason I said she's the second Lady Robin.
Right.
Because the first is not canon, technically. But first Lady Robin actually debuted before Tim Drake, who is Carrie Kelly in 1986.
Yeah, I know so little of her.
She was in The Dark Knight Returns. Basically, she saves Bruce. She either saves Batman or Bruce Wayne from some thugs. And he's like, "You have any parents?" And she's like, "No." And he goes, "You're mine now."
He reaches into his utility belt and grabs the Bat adoption papers.
He goes, "Don't worry. We have tights that'll fit. They're unisex." This makes Batman seem way less like a hero and more like a predator.
Yeah.
He wants unisex tights. All right, moving on. So back to the story of Dick Grayson. Keep going.
I will admit, most of this is not story. It's facts and or opinions.
Okay, keep going with your PowerPoint.
He is thick.
He is dummy thick.
I have seen brick walls that weren't as thick as this man. All right, like also just look at we got poses. We have so many. This is an action figure. I don't know if you can see where my cursor is.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Just multiple comic panels.
For those who are wondering, for those who are watching this or listening to just the audio, take a moment, look at your screen, and look at the display of ass in front of you. Good thing it is man butt, so we will not get demonetized on YouTube.
Man ass.
But yeah, so I think Harley Quinn has taken to calling him Cake Wing or something along those lines. But Nightwing is known in the hero community for his very luscious glute muscles.
Yes.
Man does not skip leg day.
he I feel like these pictures.
Now, to be fair, if you want to talk about being dramatic, let me introduce you to Jason Todd. Because he may be dramatic in the sense that, like, oh, he's a theater kid. He captures the essence of the first child. Falling with grace and pizzazz. Jason Todd comes back from the dead, claws out of his own grave at 15, sees that he was replaced as Robin, and says, you know what? I'm going to ruin this man's life. Talking about Batman. So what does he do? He goes and finds Talia al Ghul. He finds Talia al Ghul. He gets training from some of the best assassins in the world. A lot of the same people that trained Batman also trained Red Hood. So then he decides, okay, my time has come. Heads back to Gotham. In his first night back in Gotham, he beheads the lieutenants of all of the major crime families, gathers them for a meeting, throws them a duffel bag of all of their lieutenants' severed heads, and proceeds to constantly piss off Black Mask, constantly piss off anyone who is like a major power player in Gotham. The Red Hood just proceeds to make their lives miserable because he's the Red Hood, especially Batman. And the whole time he's been dropping hints that he's, Jason Todd, where Nightwing may be dramatic, but Jason is just extra petty dramatic.
He's petty dramatic. I will give you that.
Imagine almost destroying an entire city. Also, so I want to talk about something else. There's a comic, Red Hood Lost Days, where Jason plants a bomb on the Batmobile. Parked in Crime Alley, he drops a bomb on the Batmobile. He waits for Batman to come back. Right as Batman's about to get into the car, Jason thinks about blowing it up. And then he goes, no, I'm not going to blow this car up. Because then he wouldn't know I did it. So what does he do? He's like, I'm not going to blow this car up. I'm going to go through the most elaborate plan of all time. And if you follow me on TikTok, you know I like elaborate plans. I made a joke about Luke Skywalker's plan in Return of the Jedi being incredibly over dramatic and very over planned.
I saw that reel.
We love over dramatic plans here at Under the Helmet. So convoluted, over dramatic. Also, not to mention, this is before they even knew he was alive. He goes and beats up Tim Drake, finds Tim Drake, makes a replica of his Robin costume, shows up in Titan's Tower, beats the dog shit out of him.
That doesn't sound like a very good big brother to me. That sounds like a little jealous
like,
shit.
You replace me, and then leaves. Brother. Exactly. Petty AF. And then, on top of that, while Batman is already dealing with Hush, he comes back from... He deals with Hush. He works with Hush to mess with Batman and meets him in like a graveyard and is like, hi, Bruce, you failed me. And then fights Batman for a little bit, runs away, and is like, I don't want to reveal myself to him as alive just yet. So he swaps places with Clayface to make Batman think, oh, it was just Clayface all along. It wasn't Clayface. It was Jason and Clayface. because comics.
He was.
So I
Anyway,
properly refuted your dramatic point.
so there's this particular frame from Battle for the Cowl that I thoroughly enjoy because Jason uses his like cape from his, knockoff Batman costume, throws it at Dick in, it's a dirty fighting move. I wouldn't expect anything else. But he times it just right and promptly kicks Jason in the, I can't tell if that was meant to be the face. Because, Jason is now upside down. Also, Jason decides to just, let go after this, after he's, hanging off the edge of the train, and Dick is like, take my hand. You can come back. And he's like, no. And in his traditional petty dramatic fashion, just jumps off of the train into, I think it's a river because he's not allowed to die.
Yeah, he refuses to die at this point.
Just, yeah. But anyway, in conclusion, Dick is best. Thank you.
All right.
That's what I got.
Not bad. Not a bad thing. So Jason Todd, the second Robin, as we all know, established in 1983, comes onto the scene with a bang. Dick Grayson is an orphan who Batman watched his parents get killed by the mob, did nothing at Haley Circus, and is like, I'm gonna adopt this child. Jason Todd is a straight gangster. All right, earns Batman's respect from day one. Because Dick was adopted, all sad and broken. Oh, my dead parents. Jason, the little shit that he is, the little giant bald badass that he is, at 10 years old, Batman finds him one night in Crime Alley, taking the wheels off of the Batmobile. And it's not like, he got one wheel. No, he got 3. He put the Batmobile on cinder blocks and was jacking Batman's wheels. Batman was well established at that point. Everybody knew who Batman was. And he goes, we do not care, and proceeds to jack his wheels. The absolute audacity of that man. And then he only gets worse. He gets so much worse. He gets so much better. So, for those of you who are not aware, Jason Todd is my favorite Robin. So let me ask you this: who's your? So obviously your favorite Robin is Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's Jason Todd. What's your Robin rankings?
As far as Robin rankings, I will say Jason Todd is definitely like a guilty pleasure Robin for me. He's just, I do like his character. Oh, Magnus, my man, I thought you were here to back me up. Never mind.
Nope.
I do like Jason as much as I have a tendency to, jokingly butt heads with Jason fans. I like Jason. Tim Drake, I wish I knew more. I wish I knew more about him. I feel like if I knew more about Tim, I would be a better fan. Or a bigger fan of him. Stephanie Brown is just cool. Like, everything I've heard about her is just, she's cool. I know, once again, very little about her, but, from what I've heard, I really enjoy her as a character. And Damien is Damien. And up until recently on that, was it the Death Island or Death Tournament?
Yeah, Lazarus Island or something like that.
Yeah. Up until then, I was just like, he's kind of an entitled little shit. And
Valid.
And I don't like him. But he really started to come into his own after Lazarus Island or whatever.
he's been slowly coming into his own for years, and then so films like what was this so a lot of people have their perception of Damian Wayne. They got this negative perception of him in Injustice because in Injustice he is the character that kills Tim Drake. Oopsie daisies, or not Tim Drake. Sorry, Dick Grayson. Oopsie daisies. But so a lot of people didn't like Damian from the fact that he killed, Dick Grayson in Injustice, in Elseworld story, not the canon universe. And to be fair, when he was introduced, Damian was a very grating character. Like he was meant to piss people off. He was meant to be your stereotypical rich, entitled child who was handed, everything his own life, hyper competent in his skills. And don't get me wrong, Damien's pretty competent in his skills. But like, here's the thing. Like, you could be really good at something, but if all you do is talk about how good you are compared to other people that are like at your level, they're gonna be like, dude, nobody cares. Like, okay, you're good. So what? Now, my favorite is Jason Todd, obviously.
Right.
Dick Grayson is a close second for me.
Oh, look at us liking
And-
each other's Robins.
I know.
Damn.
Third place is probably gonna be Damian for me.
Yeah,
Something about him just being a little douchebag. I love it.
that high. You have a tendency to like dickhead characters.
I do. Well, because for those of you that don't know, I used to be kind of a dickhead. I've mellowed out a lot. So seeing these characters, being at their worst and seeing them come back from being, irredeemable. I like characters that are redeemable. Don't get me wrong. I like your Paragon heroes as well. My favorite Marvel hero is Cap. My favorite DC is Superman. I like my Paragon heroes. But there is something to be said about relatable heroes as well. You need both. You need both to have a good balance. Third would definitely probably be Tim Drake. Or no, sorry, not third. Fourth would be Tim Drake. Just because I know the least about Tim Drake. He's a cool Robin. He's just not my favorite.
He doesn't really stand out.
I really do wish I knew more about him. So
I think the biggest thing is why the Drake? Why the Drake?
he was going through a phase, man. I think he's like Red Robin or Robin now. So
I mean, to be fair, Dick did go through that whole Rick Grayson thing.
exactly, we can talk about that. Talk about Rick Grayson. So for those of you who don't know,
let's not talk about Rick Grayson. Can we not?
So Rick Grayson
Oh no.
is the greatest abomination in all of comics, and here's why.
Oh,
So
literally
KGB
burying my heads or my hands.
shot Dick Nightwing in the head. But because it's comics, he didn't die. He just developed amnesia. Didn't remember who he was. So they created the antithesis of everything Dick Grayson is. Rick Grayson. Not R-I-C-K. R-I-C. Rick Grayson. Mind you, Jason's never been shot in the head and changed personality. He's always been this big of a little shit. So for most of the pandemic years, 2019, I think the story happened 2019, 2020, 2021. He's now restored to Dick Grayson. Thank the maker. But for several years, we had Rick Grayson, who over time just became Dick Grayson light. Everything that
back.
Yep, he stopped being a hero. He started a drinking problem for some reason, because if you want to show a character being cool and edgy, make him have a drinking problem, because nobody
already had a cool, edgy Robin. We didn't need another one.
Yeah. Jason Todd's supposed to be the one with the drinking problem.
He's supposed to be the problem.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. Going on. Why does Batman need a Robin, in your opinion?
I like to think that Batman acknowledges something. It's sort of an ideology that to me, dates back to essentially George Washington. George Washington knew he couldn't run everything by himself. That's why he made the cabinet. So he tried to surround himself with the best people. You find, Dick Grayson, he's the OG Robin. He's arguably the most acrobatic Robin. Each of these Robins have something that makes them special. And as he gradually starts growing this Bat family, he adds to it and gets people who he knows he can rely on, who complement him. It could also be that Alfred thought that, sitting down in a cave all alone was not good for Bruce's mental health, which I'm sure it wasn't, as we saw in The Batman, because our boy is depressed.
Exactly. Also, I want to bring up, so Callahan mentioned Lego Batman.
Oh, yes. Oh, the Lego Batman movie is so good.
So the Lego Batman movie is a perfect example as to why Batman needs a Robin. And that is this. Robin has been around longer than the Joker. Yes, real story. So Robin has been a character, I think it's like 6 months longer than the Joker has. He is as tied to Batman as you could get. Like, for example, if you say, "Oh, the dynamic duo over here," you're talking about who? Batman and Robin. Robin is one of these iconic characters that people are scared to use because of the fact that they're like, "Oh, he's a teenager in tights." Yeah, sometimes that's kind of needed because, and this is where I'll give a shout out to Tim Drake. So, after Jason Todd died, or was beat to death by the Joker via crowbar,
died,
and then was blown up. So Tim Drake learned that Batman was going off the deep end. He was becoming violent. He was becoming, vengeful, and like he was starting to stray from his path because he was in grief, but yet he was still trying to go out there and do everything Batman does. So Tim Drake notices this, and he deduces Dick Grayson's secret identity. So no, Jason actually did die. He is brought back, but he actually did die.
True.
But that's an in-universe fact. He did actually die.
People just don't stay dead.
Well, to be fair, he was one of the longest running dead characters in comics.
That's true.
There used to be a saying. There are 3 characters in comics you can't bring back. This is pre-2000s. Can you guess what those 3 characters are?
No, not a clue. Not a single clue.
So, Uncle Ben. 3 characters were safe from being brought back from the dead for years. Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Batman's parents. Or actually, no, 4. Batman's parents.
Yep.
Jason Todd and Bucky Barnes. Those were the 4 you couldn't bring back from the dead. Or 5, if you want to count. Now, there have been Elseworld stories and stuff like that, but we're talking main universe. Uncle Ben had to die in order for Spider-Man to be Spider-Man. So what is it? Thomas and Martha Wayne had to die in order for Bruce Wayne to be Batman. Sorry, it is what it is. Also, for those of you who are looking for a good laugh, so Forest Fire 101, he does like Lego stop motion stuff.
Oh my God, yes.
He released a video on the death of the Waynes, and it is the funniest thing you will ever see. I know it sounds like I'm a psychopath. It's like, oh, why are you going to talk about the death of Batman's parents? Is a funny thing. It works. It's really funny. The first time I watched it, I was cackling laughing. So shout out to Forest Fire 101. If you're watching this, bro, come on the show. I'd love to talk to you.
Laughing our ass off at Batman's dead parents.
Yes. If you're not laughing at Batman's dead parents, you're not a real Batman fan. Dead parents. Ah! All right.
Are you
anyway, back on my story. So Tim Drake saw Dick Grayson do a move that only somebody in the Flying Graysons would know how to do because they like trademarked the move or something like that. So he saw Nightwing doing it in a fight, or if it was Robin, doesn't matter. But he saw him do it in a fight and said, hey, only a Flying Grayson could do that, which would mean that Robin / Nightwing is Dick Grayson, which would make who adopted Dick Grayson? Oh, Bruce Wayne. Oh, guess we figured that out. So Tim Drake deduced Batman's identity by himself as a child and proceeded to fight crime behind his parents' back because he's the only one who wasn't an orphan.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
And
Thing
then
that
I think
thing
then I
that
think Villain killed his parents, but
thing that you
I said,
know.
you want to be a Bat family, huh? Sorry, kid, this is an orphans club.
Bang bang.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the Bat family.
Welcome to the Bat family. Dead
Bang
parent, huh?
bang.
Yep, that happens around here.
Oof.
Alrighty. So, moving on. Does anybody in the comments have a pick for their favorite Robin? I saw Magnus. Magnus brought up Tim Drake.
Yes.
Who's everyone else's favorite Robin?
Tell us about them favorite Robins.
Yep. And why? So why is Dick Grayson your favorite Robin?
I had a PowerPoint about it.
Right. Oh no.
I mean, like.
So the reason Jason Todd is my favorite Robin is because I relate to him the most. So for years I was an only child, and then my sister was born. I wished for my sister. I wanted my sister to be born, and I love my sister to death. But I can definitely empathize with the older sibling jealousy of like, oh, wow. Good answer.
Babe, you're a Dick Grayson fan.
Good answer. But yeah, so I related to Jason Todd through that. And I also relate to Jason Todd through the fact that he's a flawed character. But, he's constantly trying to do better. Like in the recent comic runs, he thought he killed somebody accidentally, even though he didn't mean to. And he saw the consequences of killing people, so he gave up the guns. And I think that's really cool. Also, another one of my favorite stories has Robin in it. It's an Elseworld story. And I've talked about this before, I think, but Deceased.
Yes.
So DC's like zombie outbreak kind of story came out during 2020. It was one of the. I used to not be a super big DC fan. I used to be more of a Marvel guy, but then DC's came out, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool," because what it did is it highlighted characters that typically are a little bit less represented. So you've got like, who is it? Cassandra Cain. So basically, the only Bat family members that survived Deceased till the very end are Damian Wayne and Cassandra Cain. But spoiler for Deceased, Red Hood dies, and it's bullshit, but okay. But for majority of the zombie outbreak, Red Hood lives. He's one of the few survivors. Guess who dies almost immediately? Nightwing and Tim Drake.
You know what?
They also infect Batman, but oh well. Also, Alfred. I forgot Alfred. Alfred survives.
Alfred. Okay, you know what? If we add Alfred to the best Robin debate, he's going to kick all of our asses. Let's just establish that.
I'm just talking Bat family in general.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. No. Yeah, because Alfred's not a Robin, although that would be pretty interesting.
I think he could do it.
Just imagine an old British man with his mustache in the Robin tights, but he's got a shotgun.
I was going to say, let's keep in mind, he uses guns freely and often. Like, people break into Wayne Manor, and he's just like, oh no.
Bang.
Racks 12 gauge with home defense intent.
What's great about with Butler intent? You got blood on my rug. But yeah, so one of the great things about Alfred using guns is it also justifies, guess who? Jason using guns. Also, Jason is very much that rebellious teenager in all of us that's like, oh, you like this? Well, I'm going to like the exact opposite. Oh, you don't like guns and killing? Guess what? I'm going to go decapitate people and shoot them with a gun. 'Cause I can. This is who I am, Dad. It's not a phase.
Jason really is the definition of it's not a phase.
He was, and now literally is, the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
The red-hooded stepchild. Also, you have to admit, the mask is cool.
The mask. The
mask is cool.
I like his mask.
The helmet stays on.
You gonna finish that?
And communicate properly. Wah, wah.
You gonna finish that phrase?
Nope. No, I'm not. Because I'm trying to get this page monetized.
Oh boy. I am throwing a wrench in that scheme, and I'm a little sorry about it.
Don't be. I'm also speaking of monetized. I found out you can monetize TikTok after 1,000 followers, and I'm currently at 700 something. So yeah, I think I'm like speed running 1K at this point. So
I shall deploy the clones.
Shout out to everybody who has followed me on TikTok. Thank you. Very cool. And now for the part of the episode where Dylan rants about TikTok. Here we go. It's
someone coming. Get the rant counter running. We haven't started it this episode.
So it's 769. Well, we've been on topic the whole episode.
We have. It's amazing.
769. Don't worry, I will derail that really quickly.
Okay,
769 followers on TikTok. Very cool. Love it. Thank you. But there's one thing I need to talk about. So I posted a video with it's about welcome to the jungle as the main music in the background. Except halfway through it cuts and switches. And instead of like the guitar riff, it's R2D2 going wow like that. And it's drawn out. It's really funny, really cool. Well, I have an R2D2 that I like. Engage, rage, counter system, initialize. Yeah, so I have an R2D2 that's not life size, but he's like about the height of my knee. And I said, how funny would it be if I made the video of him? I laid down on the floor, took a slow zoom video of him. Very cool. Because I had a robber breaking into my house or my apartment. Tell me why. Almost every comment I got on that post was, this should be Chopper. Not R2, this should be Chopper.
Because it should be Chopper.
Do you want to see my Chopper? Do you want to see Chopper?
Show us Chopper.
This is it. This is all I got. It's the only Chopper I have.
Holy shit, you have a Chopper minifigure.
I do have a Chopper. I have the Phantom.
I have everything except... I have everyone except Chopper.
Womp womp.
Ah.
Love him.
I may have to initialize a trade.
I've got the OG Phantom. And I've got Ezra, but I lost his hair, so I gave him. I'm gonna say some blasphemy real quick. If you're a Lego minifigure collector or any Lego collector, you'll know the Rogue Shadow Star Killer ship from the Force Unleashed. Kind of a popular set. I had no idea. I lost all the pieces for it, except for the Star Killer minifigure.
I have it.
So as blasphemy to all the Lego collectors, also I have a burning dispassion for Star Killer. I don't like him that much.
Dang! Oh wow!
I'm about to send some people on their Joker moments. Get ready for this.
Jeez.
I took Star Killer's hair and I put it on Ezra.
Okay, Cal, I see you in the comments, but also, have you seen how pretty some of the minifigures are for that?
For what?
The trash compactor set.
Okay, so do you want to segue into that? So we can segue into news and rumors if you'd like.
News and rumors.
All right, so starting with the news, as kind of foreshadowed by our boy Callahan here, Lego has introduced some new sets.
Very good sets.
3 new, and what are they called? They have a new name and everything. They're like this collector's series or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Something along those lines. It's a brand new series. So they have 3 new sets. And I think they're all under $100. I think it's like 60, 80, and 100. Or 90. So the first one is the Death Star trench run, and it looks like hot garbage. I don't like it.
It's very
It's
okay.
very mid.
Oh,
Now, I do like that it is a display of a space battle, and they're selling it for $60. I will not be purchasing this set.
I don't often use this expression, but it is indeed mid.
Very mid, very underwhelming. The second set is Luke's Dagobah training.
That one is.
That is a very beautiful set for $80. I will probably be copping that set and then complaining because I don't know where to put it. But I will definitely cop that set. It's real pretty. I like it. Also, they're doing something for so I found out in that set and the trash compactor set as well. They're also doing a trash compactor set.
Oh,
very cool. I like it.
The minifigures.
The minifigure selection is really good in the trash compactor set. You got what? Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, 3PO, and R2.
Not just that, 3PO and R2. R2 has back printing. Exactly. 3PO has arm printing.
So for the first time in Lego history, almost, 3PO is going to have R2 is going to have back printing. So I have Chopper right here as my little example. But Astromechs in the past, had a pretty detailed head. But never any back printing. So the fact that they're putting back printing on R2 is pretty cool. He's kind of at an apex now.
Yeah.
Apparently they're releasing apparently I think there's rumors for the new UCS set. I don't think it's been announced yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Luke's Landspeeder as the UCS.
Can they stop? Can they stop with Luke's Landspeeder? Honestly, it's had almost as many releases as Millennium Falcons. And we've gotten a lot of Millennium Falcons.
What do you mean?
Do you know how many Luke's Landspeeder sets there have been?
There's a lot. I know I've personally owned.
I think we're up to like 9.
I've personally owned at least 3.
Yeah. They release a new Millennium Falcon. We're at the point where it's almost every 2 years.
Yes. I've got the, I think, 2012 one.
I've got the 2012 one. I've got
the pre-Force Awakens one.
We don't need a new Millennium Falcon for 2 years.
Callahan, about the dual molded legs. I watched a video on this earlier. So the C-3PO in the trash compactor set is not going to have dual molded legs. The C-3PO in the unless you're talking about the one in the Landspeeder set, because I believe the Landspeeder one I think is coming with like Luke and 3PO. I think in the UCS right in the UCS it is going 3PO is going to have dual molded legs. So one of his legs is going to be silver and one of his legs is going to be gold. Very cool. I'm not spending $300 on a Landspeeder. Sorry, Lego.
Yeah. Next bits of news. There was a big. Oh wait! Hey, I have that set right next to me. If I had my webcam on it, I'd show it off.
Set. I like it. Fun little build. I also have taken it and repurposed it, and it's not Luke's Landspeeder. I had like a bunch of guns and stuff in here, but then I took them out. I gave it to the Punisher.
Sure.
And I don't have a Lego Punisher. I made my own.
Oh, I do. But I also have the Daily Bugle.
You have the Daily Bugle set. Oh, speaking of that, I went looking for the Daily Bugle set because some kid at the hotel I worked at comes up to me and says, "Oh, I went to a store with Legos on the place that I live." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And he said, "Yeah, they had some really cool sets. They had the Daily Bugle." And I was like, "You're kidding me, right?" He's like, No, they have the Daily Bugle set. And it's right by the place where my mom got lunch. So I looked around town for almost an hour. I found the place where mom got lunch. Couldn't find the Lego store. So
you considered Lego.com.
It's sold out.
Oh.
It's sold out. Lego.com, Shop Disney, everywhere. Unless you want to pay like $500 for it.
Well, that is unfortunate.
It is.
Moving on to our next bit of news.
One thing I've learned from collecting Lego, get it while the getting is good. Because if not, that set that you go, man, I really want to buy this. I really want to buy this Phantom 2, but I just can't.
God.
it'll be one of the most valuable sets out there because of the exclusive minifigures.
Yep. Moving into another thing that I'd like to share. Ghostbusters fans got
Yeah.
some big news this week.
Absolutely.
Some very big news.
Who did?
Ghostbusters fans. Namely,
Okay.
this right here is from.
Let me share real quick.
This right here is one of the first screenshots that we got of the new video game that was announced, known as Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed.
It's the guy from Fortnite. Wait, are the Ghostbusters actually in Fortnite? I have no idea.
So there were Ghostbusters cosmetics, but they are not. No. Showing off one of the best pictures is this one right here. It's
really
just
good.
clean. It's
Those
very clean.
They look really clean.
Right? And this is pre-alpha footage. Like, that's
good, Callahan.
Let's see. And then we got this one here. This is the last image that I'm going to be showing. But to say that my excitement for this game has been immense
it does look really good.
But the best part is it's 1 to 4 person online multiplayer on PlayStation, Xbox. In addition to that, my HasLab series Proton Pack and Neutrona Wand will be arriving around the time that this baby releases.
Nice.
So I'm just saying this now. Expect spring of 2023 to be Ghostbusters for a series of months, anywhere from months to an entire fiscal quarter.
Nice. So, I, on the other hand, have been geeking out over all the released shots from and some of the gameplay of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Dude.
Holy Gandhi, that looks amazing! I am so jealous.
I'm really excited, but I did see something earlier today that rubbed me the wrong way.
Do tell.
There won't be any customizable minifigures in the game.
Okay.
There's no character creator.
I understand that. But also, mumble mode.
Dude, I do like that.
And they also brought back the voice actors from Clone Wars.
Don't get me wrong. It's...
Now, does it stink that there's no character customization?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
there's also 300 characters you can play as.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention all the DLC characters that are coming. So, while, yeah, it's like, oh, Tia. Oh, no. Anyway.
I will say there's certainly possibility that, maybe they could end up putting that in as like a later on feature. I doubt it. It would be cool if they did.
Absolutely.
But at the same time,
I like to have hope because rebellions are built on hope. But also, if you remember, let's go back to Jedi Fallen Order for a minute. We thought that was it. We thought that was all we were getting with Jedi Fallen Order.
True.
And the game received so much love and so much attention and so much hype. Respawn went in and they added the
Arena
new
mode.
game plus. They added character fighting where you could go in and you could, pit Jarl T'Pol against Darth Vader. Super cool, might I add. Fallen Order is a masterpiece, in my opinion.
We found a way to beat Vader.
We found a way to beat Vader. Survive.
Yeah.
Current objective. Survive. Those of you that don't know, Darth Vader's in Fallen Order. Surprise. Spoiler alert. The game's been out for, 3 years now?
Gabby and I are playing through it, so she's, picking it up.
Sorry, Gabby. Cope and seethe.
It's all good.
Oh, she probably knew. But on the topic of Batman, they released. Oh, okay. Hold on. I saw this, but I didn't get to see it. So, but the logic of
Oh
the
yes.
Batman, they released a deleted scene with the Joker online. I like the scene in the Joker, but it's not that insane. He's too quiet and not like how he is in the rest of the movie. So, can you elaborate on that? Because I haven't seen the scene yet. So I've been busy all day. I haven't had a chance to see it.
I
But I heard
watched it.
that it dropped.
I watched it literally like, oh geez, like 5 minutes before the show started. I saw stuff about it today, and then I was like, oh, oh, oh.
How long is the scene?
It's like it's maybe 5 minutes. Like it's not long at all.
Hold on. Let's see something real quick. Riddle me this, Batman. Am I gonna crash my computer doing this? Deleted Joker scene. Let's see if we can watch it. All right. Do. Share my screen. Live reaction right here.
Ooh, see it. Wait a second. Oh, are we pulling up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull. Unless I just. Oh, damn. Delete. Come here. Get on the screen. Come on. I accidentally hit remove. That was a whoopsie daisy. Okay, let's see here. Come on, please don't die on me. I know people can't see it. I'm trying to pull it up on the thing, but StreamYard does not want to be Android. Rude if you StreamYard. Very, very. Who knows my Wi-Fi is letting me do this? Come on. It is currently sitting here buffering. Streamer moment right here. Look at us. Live reaction. Here we go. Oh, here we go. I think we got it.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, oh no. Oh well. Um. This is not the way we expected the show to go, folks. Um.
My computer quite literally crashed.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Oh, oh boy. I was like, oh no.
All right, so I'll listen to it. I'll watch it right here. All right, here we go. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. Can you guys hear it?
We can hear it.
Okay. Yo, he got bonked with an ugly stick.
Serial killer. I want to respect him. First anniversary paper. What makes you think I'm so cheap? I thought you'd be curious. You think I could offer this stuff? Don't you?
Okay, yeah. So I wanna address Callahan's comment real quick. Also, we're not getting demonetized or getting struck by the copyright people because number one, you can't see it. Number two, if you tried to see it, my computer would just simply crash. Look at that. Thank you, computer, protecting me from YouTube. Very cool. All right. So when you say Batman doesn't need help, why would he go get help? He's supposed to be a detective. So to that, Callahan, I say this: Batman is a detective, but no detective ever works alone.
He had Alfred.
He has Alfred, number one, and Alfred does give him some assistance in the movie. Sometimes detectives need something about something off of. I think in this scene, what's really going on is he's seeing the Joker as a witness, and he's like, "Hey, you know about this like serial killer murder stuff? Obviously, he's a Joker. So, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? Like what insights can you give me into this?" I think that's what's going on in the scene more than anything else. So, also Callahan, rant counter. No, Dylan is at 1. You're also at 1. Because I went off on a rant about TikTok and Chopper. There, look, see him. Wow! It wouldn't work because it's not Chopper's thing. Chopper would be like, shoot you out of airlock. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's keep going to this. I'm kind of curious. Also, this Joker really does look like he got bonked with an ugly stick real hard. Like Battinson straight up rocked his world. Oh, he got that what's her face haircut. He really took look at the barber and said, "Just mess me up, fam." He said, "Just throw the razor at me."
So meticulous.
Just do it.
Like you've been planning this his whole life.
Also, his fingers look really decked up.
It's giving Arkham City Joker vibes.
Definitely gives our
Like post Titan Joker vibes.
He's a nobody. Wants to be somebody. The mayor, the commissioner. He's got ambition. You think his motive's political? Oh, no. This is very, very personal. He feels these people have all wronged him. Probably goes way back. Unhealed wounds, stolen one's money.
yeah. So definitely so definitely I can see from this version of the Joker, like the reason he goes to see him is because he's like a character witness. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing this case right now. I want somebody who is like an expert." Like also to be fair, in Under the Red Hood, not to bring up Under the Red Hood, but who does Batman and Nightwing go see when they're trying to figure out more info about the Red Hood? They go see the Joker in prison. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, so overall, I'm not gonna watch the whole scene right now, but basically, I definitely can see the whole Joker thing. I like it. I think it's a pretty good interpretation of the Joker. So I know what I can see why they cut the scene though. It would have kind of messed up the pacing of the movie.
It definitely would have thrown people in the direction of the Joker as opposed to towards Riddler, which is where they were trying to keep him.
It's definitely it's a deleted scene for a reason. So
Yeah.
Callahan says, according to Matt Reeves, he was allegedly born with a deficiency that makes him always smiling, but also he falls in a vat of toxic waste. I mean, isn't that the original
Toxic
Joker?
waste.
Isn't that the original Joker? Did Matt Reeves say he falls in the toxic waste?
The waste.
I haven't seen the interview, so I don't know what he's talking about. But as to being born with a deficiency that always makes him smile, isn't that's kind of like an interpretation of like what Joker did, where Joker was like, you know, he had the laughing condition. Oh no, you were just going off the comics. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can interpret the Joker. So I don't think it's necessarily a good or bad interpretation just based off like, oh, they didn't do this thing from the comics. Like, I think that's kind of silly just to judge it entirely based off comic accuracy. Like, some of the best comic book movies aren't necessarily always comic accurate. Like, give you a good example: Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. Everybody loves those movies, but they don't. They're not super comic accurate. Like, Peter doesn't have web shooters in his hand. So, and like, it's okay to take liberties with the source material if it helps make the story you're telling better. If you're taking liberties from a source material and it makes the story worse, like for example, in the animated Hush movie, at the end of the day, spoiler for the anime.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, do you want me to? Do you care?
I do care.
Darn.
I do indeed care.
It's a really dumb reveal. It's a really dumb reveal. All right, how about this? I would tread very lightly. Tread very lightly with this. So, in the original Hush comic, Hush is revealed to be Thomas Elliot.
Yes.
In the Hush movie, Hush is not Thomas Elliot. And that is all I will say.
Wait. What?
Exactly. So a different character is Hush. Go watch that movie.
Fuck.
And then come tell me what you think.
Where can I find it? Where can I find this movie?
It's somewhere online. Look up Batman Hush. So the movie caught a lot of flack when it first came out for this change. And to be honest, for those of you that know the change, don't type it in chat. But if you know the change, you'll understand, like, yeah, it didn't add anything to the story. It kind of made it worse.
Oh, right. Everything's on HBO Max.
Oh, it's on HBO Max? I thought you could get it on, like, Prime or something. Isn't that great? We live in a world where you can just be like, oh, man, I don't have this streaming service, but I have every other one. Sorry, I still can't watch what I want.
I still don't know where you can find Into the Spider-Verse.
Isn't it on Netflix?
No.
It's not anymore?
It's on Netflix in the UK.
It was on Netflix here because I watched it first on Netflix. It was. Darn. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, yo ho, it's a pirate's life for me. Just kidding. Unless. No, pirating movies is bad. Don't do it. Don't pirate movies. Hey, if you're watching this and you're a government person, we don't. Under the Helmet Podcast does not condone the pirating of movies. Piracy is a crime. It is very bad. Don't do it. Okay. Cool.
We need to make some little pre-recorded disclaimers.
Disclaimer. Under the Helmet Podcast does not condone vigilantism or any form of adopting a child to become your crime-fighting ward. That's a bad idea. Don't do it.
We don't. Dylan, why are we collecting the orphans then?
What orphans? Wink.
I just did a very aggressive wink behind my camera. You couldn't see it.
Under the Helmet Podcast does not condone the adoption or forced stealing of children. We are not building a Jedi temple. Don't do it.
I'm not building a Jedi temple. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh. We're not actually stealing any children. They're not hiding in the basement.
Anyway.
Yeah, you saw me pirating movies. No, you didn't. Okay, actually, all jokes aside, that was a bit. That was a bit. It was a
missed input. You calm down.
Have it up.
Jeez.
No. All right. All jokes aside, I have actually never pirated a movie, like, ever. I'm a good boy.
Dylan, I have never done anything wrong ever.
I know. I'm a Jason Todd stan. We've never done anything wrong in the history of ever.
Okay, it's been
All
a
of our
great
problems are caused by
episode.
someone else. Most likely Batman. All right. So to conclude, do you have a fig of the day that you would like to share,
A figure of the day.
or a weekly
I'm
pickup
thinking-
you'd like to talk about?
Are these pre-made figs or customs or what are we talking about?
Could be anything. So I have a fig that I would like to share. Let's see here. Gonna put Chopper back fighting with R4. So for those of you who don't know, Marvel, after the release of the Disney Plus shows, released some exclusive Lego minifigures that came in these like poly bags, and they were everywhere in stores until they weren't.
Yes.
So I went on
And then
Amazon,
they were in Barnes and Nobles.
and then they weren't. So I went around shopping for them, and I found some at a pretty decent price.
Nice.
So I now have Captain America, Sam Wilson
Oh,
edition.
there you go. There you go.
The detailing and arm printing on this is insane, by the way. Like, take the wings off. I've got a little red wing up on the back, too.
Yes.
Take the back off. Holy moly, that detailing is insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He's a beautiful figure.
He's a absolutely gorgeous figure. So you have Falcon Cap and Zombie Hunter Spider-Man.
I'm jealous about Zombie Hunter Spider-Man.
Zombie
Never
Hunter
got him.
Spider-Man is next
Never got
on
him.
my list. Next, I have Bucky Barnes. And that
Hey, I got him.
I love Bucky. He's one of my favorite MCU characters, so had
Where
to
is
get
your
his
Bucky
fig
cosplay?
eventually.
Okay, good. Tell me because I have to get my cap together.
The Sebastian stands will come after me if I do him wrong.
Uh,
Also, can we just admire the shield? Just
mm.
beautiful.
Each of the shields were different. There were like 3 different shields that we got in just this one wave.
Yes, so you had this shield right here, the Falcon Winter Soldier one.
Yep.
Then you had Captain Carter's, which also, if you have a Captain Carter, hit me up. I like British.
I do. I got my
Also,
ladies.
Cool
They
thing
sit
about
on my Daily Bugle.
Bucky is he's got 2 faces. He's got angry face and regular Bucky face.
Oh, you see, I got my ladies up on my Daily Bugle. They stand right behind the big jumbotron in the front. We got Polybag, Captain Carter. We have Stealth Suit Hydra Stomper, Captain Carter,
Captain Carter.
and we have Gabby's Sigfig. It's the only Friends minifigure that I have in my collection, but I love it dearly.
What is it?
It's Gabby's Sigfig, which is like your signature minifig.
Oh, I want one.
Make it. No, it's
I don't have a sig.
It's
I don't
like
have
a you.
sig. I don't have a sig fig yet. I do have a self-insert fig though.
There you go. Well, let's see it. That's pretty much a sig fig.
Yeah. So So also my last fig that I picked in the wave is of course my queen, Scarlet Witch.
There you go.
She's never done anything wrong in her life. I love the little power blasts. The arms are super cool.
I do like those. Oh yes,
Yep.
I forgot.
Take the hair and the cape off.
Yes.
It's a beautiful fig. Also 2 faces.
2 faces.
Happy face.
You stole Vision face.
Get out of my pocket reality face. Also, I love the little like magic power blasters thing that I don't know if a lot of people like them or not.
Those are fun.
They're fun. Just kind of shoot them.
I like the blast effects pieces better, but that's just me.
But yeah, and then so also for my self-insert fig.
Show us the sig fig.
Dropped them on the floor.
My sig fig has variants. Like there's around 16 different Eli variant sig figs.
This is just the base. So
show us. He good. I like very stern face.
Ceci Tin's body.
Yep. Saw it right out the gate.
Yep. Blue lightsaber. Love it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Live, laugh, love it. Stern face. I have another figure as well, but I'll pull up some more of my figures later.
I gotcha.
When I was younger, I used to make a lot of my figures based off some of my friends. So
Nice. I
also
actually
another figure I made was out of just random parts. Bruce Wayne.
very nice. Oh, he's got the little pilots, or is that the pilot or the fish bus stop guy from SpongeBob?
It's the fish bus stop guy from SpongeBob.
I knew I recognized that.
Is it bad that we can recognize Lego minifigs like their body just by looking at them?
Nope.
And
Anyway.
then Nightwing.
Oh.
I just have to take the hair off the Nightwing fig and put it on this body.
Yeah.
And don't know where the face came from. The body, it's probably an Obi-Wan Kenobi fig.
Head.
It's either Luke Skywalker or a young Obi-Wan. I'm not sure.
No, that one's a Luke head because the young Obi-Wan looks more stern. Young Obi-Wan never smiles.
Oh yeah. And then the body is Aldrich Killian from
yes,
Iron Man.
3. I would like to show up my sig fig. Actually, Brick World.
Can you? Do you have camera?
Hmm?
Do you have your camera?
I do not. Not my sig fig, but one that I picked up at Brick World that came to town recently.
Nice.
Let me show off this little beauty.
Oh, and for those of you who aren't aware, ooh, jealous.
Right. I picked this guy up. Made me so happy.
Nice. I saw somebody had the classic Doc Ock the other day, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, they had classic Doc Ocks. They were like $200.
Yeah, finna make me act up.
Anything 2005 Spider-Man is ridiculously expensive.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, Forrest Fire said it best in one of his videos. They don't make Lego Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah. But
for those of you who haven't seen Forrest Fire's 101 Lego Batman, Lego Spider-Man videos from like 10 years ago, first off, that was my childhood.
I love his Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego The Hobbit videos.
He's got such cool Lego like animation, so I would love to have him on the show. So I might shoot him a DM and be like, "Hey, come join our show, bro. We want to talk Legos with you." That'd be sick.
But I love this Doc Ock specifically because this is the one that appears in Lego Marvel Superheroes, the first one.
Yes.
That game is so good.
All right.
Yeah.
So moving on from our figure of the day and weekly pickup, we're going to start heading into the conclusion of our show. Yep. So before you go, we have an announcement we'd like to make. We're going to start doing regular episodes twice a week. Right now, we're going to do twice a week, and then we're eventually going to move it up to try to move it up to 3. So right now, our plans are to do episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to try to figure out a time for Tuesday. We might keep it this late. We might do it a little bit earlier. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Thursdays are going to be typically right at this time. If not,
you're regular. What you're used to.
What you're used to. The thing is, if you really want to keep up to date, follow us on Instagram and know. Because coming up next week, for those of you who aren't aware, next Wednesday is Moon Night. So, yeah, I forgot that was coming too, but now I can't wait.
It kind of caught me off guard. I'm not going to lie. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know how soon.
Sorry, I was busy on the Kenobi hype train. Completely forgot Marvel existed. So, with that being said, with Moon Knight coming out very soon, our Thursday episodes are going to be kind of like Moon Knight episode reviews. Because there's going to be what? Moon Knight, Kenobi.
Multiverse of Madness comes out soon.
Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of stuff to talk about coming soon. So, with that being said, we're not going to be able to handle just one day a week. We're going to do 2 days a week. So, Tuesdays are going to be more of our like long form, like discussion type videos where we talk about, just pick a topic and talk about it. Also, if you have any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave us a comment below or send it to us on Instagram at Under the Helmet Podcast. We'd be more than happy to do like a fan question episode. So
we should totally do an AMA video.
Yeah, AMA. Why do I start biting forks? Who knows?
The fork biter origin story.
It all started when I was a boy.
Do-do-do-do-do.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for coming out and joining us on another episode of Under the Helmet Podcast, the most disorganized podcast on the internet. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram so you can be notified of our weekly videos, which are now going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Links are all in the link tree in the description below. Also, if you follow me on TikTok, if I hit 1K, that's going to be really cool. I'm going to do something for that. Don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something, and it's going to be cool. So don't forget, follow your boy on TikTok at Dylan Just Cosplays. It is not in the link tree because I haven't figured out how to update that yet. Whoopsie daisies. I've been busy. But thank you so much to everybody who came out tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Everyone have a great night and rest of your week. We will see you on Tuesday on the next episode of Under the Helmet Podcast. Woohoo! Can't find the hand button with this helmet on. All right. Remember, have a good night. May the force be with you. And don't forget, Jason Todd is